All right, here we go. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. Oh, let's put that on. Screen sharing going. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday morning. I can't believe the weekend is almost here. Good morning. It's raining here in Ponte Vedra Beach. Hope everybody's doing well today. Let me say hello to everybody. Omar, Vernon, Armolfo, Richard, JB, Glenn, David, Eagle Beagle's in the house. How you doing, Eagle Beagle? Chad, Jean, Robert, Julian, Moondog, Rick, Wayne, Lydia, Thomas, Texas, Wayne, Rachel, Timothy, Dr. Serena, Deanna, Steve, Dave, Art, Dave, Jeff, Wade, Cam, Randy. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, everybody. We got Randy, Tom, Robert, JB, Wardog, Bancroft, Don, Stephen, Henry, Jesse. Good morning, Jesse. Joe, Gustavo. Good morning to you, Gustavo. Naples fan, Robert. Good morning. Good morning, Robert. Richard from Puente Gorda. Good to see you this morning. David, Delroy, Larry, Darren, Devin, Kyong, I think it is. I apologize if I got your name wrong. Penny, good morning to you. I hope you got that Acer. Good deal. Good deal. Todd, Dave, Terrence, Ricky, Claire, here in Winchill. Woo, ouch. I don't know how you guys do it. Michael, Ivano, Eduardo. Good morning. Good morning, Justin. Welcome. We'll be starting in just a minute, folks. Just a minute. First of all, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here yesterday and supporting us. We had 1,200 people on the call yesterday at 3 o'clock, where myself and I believe 6 other gurus did a presentation. I hope you guys had a really good time. I had a really fantastic time. What I thought was really interesting how, and none of us talked before doing this, but we all sort of leaned towards the same type of analysis, which I thought was really, really good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys did it well. We're going to try to do that once a month, okay? And we'll feature a different guru at the end. Yesterday was me. Next time it'll be, Kane or Lance or Graham or somebody else, or maybe Nate. But you guys are cold. But I hope you guys had a good time. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was really interesting, and I thought it was great. It was good. It's good to get a perspective from everybody. All right, Ray, Stacy, Jody, the Sassy Trainer, Duzzy, Pops, Rebecca, JC, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Anthony, Lawrence, Charlie, Clyde. I like that. Charlie, Clyde, CJ, Harry, Robert, Bancroft, Eduardo, Stacy, Rosalind. Good morning, Stacy, Raj. Good morning. I'm glad you liked it, Robert. Laura. Yes, I'm pretty sure there is a recording. There is a recording. You know what? I'm gonna ask Cam. Cam, if you don't mind, would you mind getting it from? If you don't mind, if not, I can get it myself. But can you get it from Dion? You know what? I'll just text her. Hold on, I'll just text her. I want to. Yeah, I'd like to post it here. One second. One second. One second. All right. We'll get it. We'll get it. Purchased the True Trend yesterday, recorded the entire program. Loved the 3 p.m. show. Cool. Very, very cool. I'm going to see if Deanna can pop it in here right now, real quick. I think she'll be able to do it for us so that you guys will be able to see it. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Yeah, if you guys missed it, it was really great. We used to do Ask the Pros once a week, but it got a little bit too much for everybody. So we're going to do it now once. We're going to do it now once a month. I think once a month. I actually think it's a great thing to do at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month. Nate did another presentation at the end after you guys were done. Yeah, I had to go. There it is. I got it right here. Here's the link, folks. If you missed it, here's the link. Thank you, Deanna. Copy link. Here it is. There it is. And again, I hope you guys watch it. It's really cool. It's each of us went 5 minutes, and I think I went like 3 minutes. But it's very succinct, and it's really great. So check it out. I think you guys will like it. Yeah, and I just posted it as well. Speaking of posts, and we'll get started right now. I will be doing my A line today, and I'm working on my 25th winner in a row. No, I'm not kidding. My 25th winner in a row. That's going to be today at 1 p.m. And I will discuss how I find A lines. We've had 24 winners in a row. I will be in my VIP room today. Now, this A line, it's one of my favorite patterns. I use it all the time. It's one of my most powerful patterns, really. Be prepared to take notes, and I'll share the setup for what could be the 25th straight winner. And also, while I'm here, let me give you a link to Customer Service Live. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear you love the A-Line. Yeah, A-Line is great. Promised you guys a good, solid, easy-to-use service, and A-Line is great. It's only an hour. Duzzy, it's only an hour. The part that we did together was only 1 hour, okay? Thank you. You're welcome, Kyong. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name the right way. And please hit the like button. I'm not going to like obsessively say it, but hit the like button. Okay, folks, let's talk about it. It's perfect. It's 8:06. Perfect time to begin. We've got a lot of people here. Send you a link to the video. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And don't forget Customer Service Live, Cam, Gustavo, and sometimes Chip even goes there. And Chip is an interesting character. He used to work on the exchange floor. He really knows a lot of things from a floor broker's perspective. So don't undermine the level of knowledge, our experience that our customer service have. Like Cam is a great trader. Gustavo knows what he's talking about, and Chip. So we have a very good, solid team to help you. We really do. If you need help, you guys go to Customer Service Live. They will take very, very good care of you. Now, let's begin. All right, big problem, big problem. We have divergence. Whenever we have divergence, it's very hard for us to get a clear shot. What's even worse is, to add insult to injury, the Dow is down 100 points versus blue chips. This is where we had the really nice bank earnings yesterday, right? So the fact that it's down this morning is not great. Also, remember, when you have divergence between major indices, it's very, very hard for the market to generate momentum. And momentum, you need momentum in order to generate a movement in price. And just logically, think about it logically, okay? Common sense. Forget about all this trading monkey business, okay? If you have 5 semiconductor stocks, right? And you have 5 software stocks, and you have 5 blue chip stocks, and they're all doing different things, how much directional momentum are you going to get? It's going to be like a sector ETF, right? It's going to be grounded because half are going up, half are going down. It equalizes it. It equalizes the market. So it creates more chop. And I'm not going too much forward. I'm going to go back, but I want to show you, while we're on that topic about divergence and the fact that the market can't go up or down too much because of this. Now, you guys have been here for a while, so I feel comfortable kind of jumping a little bit. So this right here, the fact that we have the Dow down and look at the S&P. See, up 0.50? Because it's got to take these stocks and these stocks into account, right? Think about S&P 500. It's not just technology. It's got everything in it. So when the Dow's down, NVIDIA, Hewlett-Packard, right? It impacts. So you can't get a very clear directional bias until you have clarity. In other words, everything is up or everything is down. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Richard. Welcome. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Let's see if we can get 600 today. So this is right away red flag. What is the red flag? Red flag that we may be choppy today. And also, we had a pretty good trend day today. What usually happens after a trend day? We get choppy. That's 2 things. Now, look at the rhythm of what I'm doing and see if it all kind of makes sense. So this is telling us we're going to have divergence, okay? Look at the number of stocks, and this is the raw score. This is with the ETFs. Look at how many stocks are breaking down right now, 47. Look at how many stocks are breaking up, 100. Only 100. Now, let me show you something fun. Remember this number? Keep an eye. Let me make this bigger. Let me show you how well my momentum study works. Keep an eye on this 47. Watch. Look. 113, 247, 517. Remember, you guys know it by now. What happens when we get to the 500, up or down? We 247, 113. There's no momentum to the downside, but even with the market going up yesterday, there's only 104 stocks breaking out. That's bare minimum. And if you take away the ETFs, you got 96. When you have less than 100 stocks here or here, that means there's not a lot of momentum. What else can we put into this bag of goods? The S&P 500 is at the 50-day moving average right now. Right here, right at the 50-day moving average. So, now I've been talking. Hey, Richard, good morning. Good to see you here. Hope everything's good. I haven't heard from you the last couple of days. I hope you're okay. I hope everything is good. So just the three pieces of information I gave you. Look, we have divergence. We don't have clarity. We don't have momentum. And the S&P is literally abutting the 50-day moving average. Look at that. Look at that. That's telling us there's a chance we may open up and come down today, and this may be a resistance area because we may not have a lot of directional bias. Or if we break through, there may not be a lot there. Three factors. Just wanted to kind of show you. I'm going a little bit ahead right now. But I wanted you. Good helping. Good. I understand. Totally understand. Life goes on. Hey, Patrick, welcome from Hawaii. Yeah, bank earnings looking really good. Looking really good. So anytime I see divergence, look at the S&P. Now it's down 70.75. The point is, it's not really how much it's up or down. It's the point that it's hard for the market to generate directional momentum when you don't have everything firing off. It's like you have a horse going this way and a horse going this way, and they're trying to run. It's not going to go. It's not going to get very far. But I think everybody understands exactly what I mean and where I'm going with that. So whenever you see that, you got to be cautious. Fed data. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. I got my TC 2000 nice and ready right here. We got jobless claims, which is not a big report. This number has been pristine for 2 years now. Pristine. Look at what they're expecting to last time. As long as it's in the low 200s, 220, 230, 240, 210, it's fine. This number has not given us any heartaches at all. I think one time it went to like 256. They started talking and then right away it went right back down. Employment is fine. There's no major issues on employment. Here's where the problem could be: retail sales. And no, I don't really care about month over month, but it's all we've got to work with, okay? Retail sales, I'm really concerned about. If this number is good, it can jag the Dow up higher. But so far, I don't know what will happen, and it's a big question mark. I really don't know. I don't have any strong feelings about this. One of the reasons is because they're all month to month, and I don't really look at data month to month. Okay? Yep, 8:30, Adam, Eagle Beagle. And this is what I really care about, the manufacturing. Now, notice it's not even red, right? But this is the report that I care about because manufacturing has been a big question mark. And if manufacturing is good, it could change the trajectory of the Dow Jones because manufacture is all blue chips. So we have three reports. We have three reports on the table, and they're all coming out at the same time, okay? Carlos says, I see a resemblance with physics, opposite forces. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly, Carlos. Exactly. And again, it's pretty straightforward. So, yeah, XRT is in the basement. So again, retail, and also look at XLP. XLP is not doing, consumer staples are not doing well either. I have a lot of consumer staple stocks on my list, actually. But like retailers, consumer staples, box stores, things to do with like going out, having fun, they're just not doing all that great right now. Okay. Now it is mixed, but they're not doing all that great right now. Okay. All right. And tomorrow, these reports are going to be important, but most importantly, industrial production. This will be important because housing starts are in play right now, but industrial production will be really important. That is a big report. That's one of the reasons why I'm looking at manufacturing today to get some clues on the industrial production. Okay. Reduce force by mass. All right. Earnings. Earnings. Taiwan Semiconductor, and I believe they've already reported, and I believe the numbers were really solid. I don't know if Bank of America. Can somebody tell me if Bank of America and Morgan Stanley reported? Let me know if Bank of America and Morgan Stanley reported, please. Just give me a heads up, okay? I can actually look it up myself here. I'm not sure. It's only up 1 point. Bank of America. Bank of America has not reported. Yeah, maybe Morgan Stanley, but Bank of America definitely didn't report. Let me know. Let me know if you guys see that. Okay. I'm just curious. So I don't have to, I can continue doing this. All right. So we'll start with the bond market. So we do have earnings. We do have earnings, and I'm curious about USB. I'm very curious about Morgan Stanley. I'm curious about Bank of America default rates. You guys know default rates. We need to know their default rates. If the default rates, are they making a big public stink about their default rates? Today will be pretty big in terms of earnings. But again, I'd like to know if they reported. Issued strong guidance. Okay, good. Good. Can you show us the Friday earnings? I could do better. I can give you this. Here. I can give you this, I can give you this, Tim, so you can look at it yourself. There you go. But Friday we have this, SLB, TFC, and Fastenal. We don't have much on Fridays. We have SLB pretty much. This is not huge earnings day. But Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and Taiwan Semiconductor are very big. Very big, okay? They both reported. What do we have for Morgan Stanley? Can someone tell me? Let me know about Morgan Stanley, okay? Okay. So, bond market. Bond market is down. And also, if I looked at it this morning, right here. I looked at the bond market this morning, and overnight, this is what the bond market's been doing the last 12 hours. Okay? Positive. Okay, thank you, Alex. Thanks. I just wanted to see if they reported. Okay, good. So they both big beat. Okay, good. Thank you. I didn't see any write-ups on them this morning on my report. So anyways, but notice the bond market is in between the 15-day EMA and the 8-day EMA, okay? It's pinched right now, but it's got a downwards bias. I think the reports at 8:30, and again, I'm speculating, but I think the reports at 8:30 will shake the tree, so to speak, and give us a better indication. From where I'm sitting right now, we're still in a very strong downtrend, and if we break the 8, we're going to come right back down, okay? I don't think we're going to have a turnaround. I'd love to see a turnaround, and I'd love to see the bond market come up here, but I'm not seeing it yet. I haven't seen any basing pattern. This gap is because the Fed data was really good yesterday. The bank earnings were really good yesterday, so it jumped up. But right now, it doesn't look like Bank of America or Morgan Stanley is doing much to make it go higher. And again, the trajectory for interest rates is not great right now. I mean, remember, the kid has to hide the bike from his parents because his parents are ready to pawn it right now. We went from him getting a better bike to him having to pawn the bike. The parents are driving around the neighborhood asking all the friends if they've seen the bike, and all the friends are like, we don't know what you're talking about. Now, I know it sounds funny, but it's not that funny, you know? So again, we're literally pinched between the 15 and the 8, and we need some clarity. And the probabilities are on the downside because the trend is down. But again, we will find out more. I'm really looking forward to retail sales. I think retail sales and Philadelphia is going to break up the null, especially if they're pointing in the same direction. Because so far, the major indices are not, and the Dow's now down below. This is not good, especially with the good bank stocks that came out yesterday, and as you all pointed out today. Richard MS reported profit surged 145. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. These stocks should be up more than they are right now. Huh. Yeah, see, Rich, that's not good when they're down after the report or they're not doing all that. That's not good. I would expect more follow through. But remember what I started today with. The S&P is at the 50-day moving average, and it's very difficult to go higher. You need a catalyst for this thing to go higher, okay? So I wanted to start off with this because this is what we're really talking about today. So if this can come down, if the bond market can come down, it'll kind of negate everything we saw yesterday and start undoing everything that we saw yesterday, okay? US dollar. Remember what I told you? It looks like we're not breaking the 8-day EMA. The bond market rallied, got a little excited. But what did the US dollar do? It never broke the 8-day EMA. To me, this looks like it wants to come right back up and make a new high. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and this will begin a downtrend. If this begins a downtrend, then this is officially a beginning of an uptrend. But for me to say that's the case would be really foolish. We would have to break a few levels for that to happen. We'd have to break this level, and then we would have to break above the 50-day moving average. And then we have these levels here. So it would take a very, very, very strong downtrend. Let's put it this way. We can go, look at this. Let me show you something. We can go all the way up right here and still be in a downtrend. You see the point? And these three will connect. We can go all the way up here, and these three will still connect. So we have to really be careful with this market because the steepness of this trend is really, really strong. Now, what I predict is when this really happens, it's going to be a massive move, and it's going to happen within a very short time. But I don't think we're ready for that yet. I don't think we're anywhere because of the steepness of this. You see, the steeper the trend, the harder it is to break. The steeper and the longer the trend, the more fundamental data is backed behind it. And I don't really think there's any major changes as of right now. And I don't like this gap. I don't like this gap. So I'm very, very cautious that this gap will get filled to the downside very quickly. And as I said this morning, and I hope I'm wrong. It would be great if I'm wrong. Since 6 o'clock in the morning, look at 4 o'clock p.m. Since yesterday, look at what happened. Going straight down. As soon as the market closed yesterday, look at this. We rallied, we gapped up, we went sideways the whole day up to right here, the closing bell. And then what happened after the closing bell? We rallied for a few minutes. We went up to the closing bell, up to yesterday's opening right here, or closing right here. We couldn't break the closing, and then we went straight down. So for the last 2.5 hours, we've been just going straight down. You're welcome, Jeff. So happy to hear that. Hey, Chris. Good morning. So again, very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. So we'll see how that goes right now. Gold is starting to break out because we're getting a little bit of a reprieve from interest rates. Again, I believe it's going to be very short-lived. This is not really a very big candle. Volume isn't really all that high, and we still have to break through this to get really excited. The point is, this to me doesn't look like it's in a really strong rush to get back and start coming higher. Okay, not seeing that at all. Crude oil. Well, we have now a peace talk between the Middle East, ceasefire between Middle East. So far, I'm not seeing any reprieve from crude oil. And I already mentioned to you guys that we have 3 major resistance areas here. Now we broke through it, which is great, but now we have to have follow through. And I don't know if we have enough firepower for follow through. You're welcome, Misty. Good morning to you. TLT trade till it trades till 4 p.m. or 4:15 actually. We're going to have the reports coming out soon, and we'll keep an eye on the bond market. Okay, China. China's doing its thing right here, not really doing anything, still in a downtrend. Still has the 100, 50-day, the VWAP, and every day that goes on, I'm trusting them less and less and less. And yesterday, I actually went short a casino stock in the pit. Because I'm bearish on China and I'm bearish on casino stocks. I don't think casinos are going to do well with China doing what it's been doing last couple of months. So, and I also don't like the stock. Anyway, actually, let me give you guys some links. So, if you want to see a system that had 24 winning trades in a row, that's the A line. It's my most powerful pattern that I know. I think you guys are going to love it. Here's the link for that. 1 second. There you go. Undefeated. Undefeated. VIP room link at noon, where I'll be giving you guys trades and analysis, and I'll be talking about some cool stuff today. And customer service live right here. There you go. And if you missed yesterday's class that we had at 3 o'clock, here's the link for that too. For good measures, right? All right. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. A lot of people were asking. We were actually talking about Bitcoin. You know, it's kind of funny. Lance said he likes Bitcoin, but I thought in the beginning of the year he didn't like Bitcoin. But again, people do change their mind. But anyhow, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin. My whole beef with Bitcoin is I think it's becoming a little more correlated to technology than a lot of folks would like to see. But this is I share Bitcoin Trust. We're right at this level right now. And if we break above this level, literally if we break above this level, we have another bullish run. But we got to really break above this level right here. We got to break this trend line right here. Now I could do it right here, but it puts us in the exact same place. We have and one thing I don't like about this is the lows are getting lower. I prefer to see the lows flat. So this would be a descending, triangle and not a descending flag. Why do I not like this? Let me show you why. Look at the pattern on the SPY. Look at the pattern on Bitcoin. Look at the pattern on SPY. Look at the pattern on Bitcoin. About a year ago, I told you as Bitcoin becomes more mature, it's going to start becoming a counter-trending asset, not a trending asset. A lot of you didn't understand what I was talking about, but in a nutshell, what it means is the more mature an asset gets, the more it will start becoming a counter-trending asset. The more an asset becomes a counter-trending asset, the more it'll start favoring the stock market and not do its own thing. To put that in words where everybody here will be able to understand, 10 years ago, Bitcoin was like an Indian on a cowboy reservation. It was an odd duck, okay? It's like an Indian on a cowboy reservation. That wouldn't look right. Now, it's just another cowboy, okay? So remember, I told you this before most other people did. I said that Bitcoin is going to start mimicking the stock market. Now, what does that mean to you? That means that Bitcoin is going to be a lot more correlated to technology stocks than you guys would want to see, which means Bitcoin is going to ultimately become just like another stock. It's going to be just like a tech stock. It's going to be like XLC or or XLY. It's going to trade just like it. In other words, folks are treating Bitcoin like they're treating other stocks. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is just look at this chart. I think it kind of speaks for itself. Does anybody not agree with me? All you got to do is look at this chart. Just look at the two charts. Think it speaks for itself. Okay? So be careful. Be careful. Yes, they're mirroring, and they're going to continue mirroring each other. So all those people who start telling you, Bitcoin's going to go to 1,005. Well, is the stock market going to go to 60,000? Because last I checked, they're highly correlated. And they're becoming more and more correlated with time. Okay? So if anybody tells you that I'm wrong, just show them a chart of the SPY and show them a chart of the Bitcoin and ask them, did they look different to you in any shape, way, or form? Because they don't. Matter of fact, when did Bitcoin take out the high? Let's see. 1127. Let's look at the SPY. Hold on. Let's look at the SPY. Hold on. Somewhere right around there. Very similar times too. 17. Let's see. within 2 days of each other. What about some? I don't follow the other cryptos. I just follow Bitcoin. What do you think about the catalyst of Bitcoin, either up or down? Just the stock market trend, Stacy. Technology. Technology is the next major catalyst. Lower energy prices, higher stock, which is deflation, which is really good for stock. Remember, energy is the biggest threat to inflation and to crypto. It's the same thing because that's how they. Remember, if energy prices just went half, it would be twice as cheap to mine cryptos. So they have a very like, okay, you know how I always talk about US dollar and gold? Well, energy and cryptos have the same inverse relationship. Okay. All right. Just wanted to point that out to you. Okay. All right. Let's put everything together and then we'll talk about the stock market. Cooling U.S. core inflation bolstered expectations of the Federal Reserve easing this year. They're really stretching it, right? Better. This is what they consider better. Look, 3.3 a year ago, now 3.2. That's considered better from a year ago. They're saying that's better now. Okay, that's bolstering. This is bolstering expectations. This right here, 3.3 to 3.2 from a year ago, is bolstering expectations of a rate cut. Do you really believe that? Did they really believe this nonsense that they're writing? Because that's nonsense. Cooling U.S. core, yes, cooled off by zero point 0.1 in a year. And just the core, not the regular number, just the core. Look at this, zero point 0.1. Cooling inflation, yes. Who writes this nonsense, right? All right. Fresh batch of U.S. economic data, quarterly reports for big banks. Taiwan Semiconductor reported profits, good for chip stocks. Nasdaq, S&P made a 1 week high. Dow notched a 2.5 week high. Notice blue chips are starting to outperform on a relative strength basis. Nasdaq and the S&P 500. What does that mean? RSP. Remember RSP coming back? Okay. Yeah, cooling, right, Mark? Cooling. Whew. Tesla surged more than 8%, led the S&P. I'm bullish on Tesla because of the relationship Musk has with Trump. Funny enough, all the guys yesterday agreed on that too, and we never talked about that. NVIDIA advanced more than 3%. Very, very good. Goldman Sachs rose more than 6%. They had really good earnings. But look at today. Today, I'm not seeing a huge follow through. And look at the Dow. Not good. Oh, we've totally missed the report. Hold on. You guys were supposed to give me heads up. Let's see. Oh, went up and then straight back down. Let's look at this SPY. Nothing. Mm-mm. Semiconductors are up nicely. Look at that. That's the threshold area right here. QQQ. Nope. Look at this. Went straight up and straight down, and now we're negative. Let's break this and see if we can go lower. Let's see what the news is. Let's see what the news is. Retail sales, worse than expected, worse than expected. Worse than as or worse. Retail sales, look, 0.5, 0.4, worse than expected. What about jobless claims? Nah, it's perfect. Nothing here. Watch, they're going to say jobless claims are elevated. It's been at 225 or lower all year. And Philadelphia manufacturing. Ooh, that's good. Good number for manufacturing. Interesting report. Not crazy bad, nothing bad, but not enough to really stimulate anything. Look, went up here and then came right back down. Basically a nothing burger. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Nope. See that? Below the 50-day moving average. A lot of resistance here, folks. A lot of resistance here for the Dow, as we'll talk about in a few minutes. Okay. So that's that. We don't have a huge catalyst for today. No huge catalyst. Maybe earnings, but not this. Core CPI came out 3.2 from 3.3. Yes, the Fed is making a huge difference in our inflation from 3.3 to 3.2 from a year ago. Oh boy. Oh, this is my favorite part of the morning, reading the nonsense that these guys say. I need popcorn. Barkin said Wednesday that fresh consumer price data continues the story we've been on. Yeah, okay. Which is that inflation is coming down towards target. Now, you see what I mean? I just want to reach out across my monitor and slap him across my face, across his face. Inflation is coming down, guys. It's definitely coming down. I mean, look at these numbers. Year over year, 2.7. Now it's 2.9. Yes, it's definitely coming down. And it was 3.3. Now it's 3.2. Well, that's it. The game's over. We're done. It's definitely coming down. Jesus Christ. Let's see. But there's still work to do. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do. John Williams said the process of disinflation remains in train. Now, what does that even mean? I mean, is he reading like old Sherlock Holmes books or something? The process of deflation remains in train? He can't just speak plain English, right? But we're still not at our 2% goal. No, you're pretty far away, buddy. You're like 150% away. And we'll take more time until we can achieve that on a sustained basis. Yes, more time. So why are you lowering rates? In addition, Goolsby said the trend continues to improve. Oh my God, yes, yes. Makes me want to puke. And expressed confidence that the Fed can curb price growth without causing an economic downturn. That's pretty interesting because I thought you guys already concluded that we have a soft landing. That was your conclusion. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, only 13 more years to get to 2%. Yeah, exactly. They're making progress. Maybe by the time we're all 120, inflation will be at 2%. I mean, if you guys think that this is progress, this is an embarrassment, okay? This is time to raise rates, not lower rates, okay? What do I know? Beige Book came out 97% that they're not going to do anything. We already know that. There should be a 15% chance they're raising rates. Beige Book, regional slightly to moderately grew, nothing really crazy. Consumer spending rose moderately, employment edged higher, and price increased modestly overall. Prices increased modestly overall. Increased. Do you see it says prices increased? Do you see these morons talking about how things are getting better? Meanwhile, the Beige Book prices increased modestly overall. I don't know how. It makes me want to just take my head and bang it against the wall. U.S. retail sales already came out. It was worse than expected. Let's look and see what the bond market doing and what the Dow's doing. The Dow's at the low right now. Let's look at the bond market. The bond market is moving a little bit higher, if you want to call it that. Nothing interesting. Philadelphia manufacturing was released. It was actually really good. Jobless claims were nothing to talk about. Earnings, we got Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, they already came out. JB Hunt, keep an eye on this one because they do transports. Keep an eye because I think with California being in the shitstorm, this is going to be a major factor. We're still at 7.5. Keep an eye on 7.5. This is a number you want to have. Hey, folks, how about some thumbs up? Thank you. If you guys are enjoying it. If not, well, you don't have to give me thumbs up. Europe is up over 1%. They got, this is off of U.S. data yesterday. They got really happy. Luxury stocks soared. Now, this is getting me excited. Now, the first thing that's getting me excited today, I'm going to read to you. The first thing. Well, no, the second thing, the manufacturing data was really good too. And the earnings data on stocks were good too. Cartier climbed 16% after reporting a 10% increase. Why am I getting so damn excited about Cartier? I'm not. I'm excited that luxury goods are seeing a surprise upside move because everybody was pricing in a 2% decline on Cartier and luxury goods. When luxury goods go down, that's horrible for the economy. Taiwan Semiconductor posted record profits. I think we'll see a good move in SMH today. You know the level, 265. Have I ever changed that? Have I ever messed with it? No, it's still 265. It was 265 5 months ago, and it's still 265, unless the stock already broke out above the high. China edged higher amid expectations of further monetary stimulus. Yeah, I'm holding my breath. Consumer and energy stocks gained ground on Thursday. At the same time, semiconductors retreated. They did well here after the U.S. tightened its advanced chip export curbs, placing additional Chinese companies on its trade list. Not good. Japan did really well today. They're all tracking US, tracking overnight data on US, driven by strong US bank earnings. Very, very good. And yes, cooling core US inflation. Yes, cooling. It cooled off. Folks, it cooled all the way from 3.3 to 3.2. All the way from 3.3 in a year, Cooling inflation. They should really be careful with what they write. Now, gains were limited by rallying yen. They're expecting another interest rate hike. And yes, Eagle Beagle and I have been talking about these interest rate hikes in Japan for 2 years now. Taiwan Semiconductor is looking really good. Netflix is looking good. It's been in the crapper lately, by the way. Remember, these third-party reports really don't mean much. They usually cause the market to rally for a day or two or a couple of days, and that's it. Datadog, I'm not really watching it right now, but it is a stock on our watch list. It got downgraded again by Morgan Stanley. It's like me downgrading a stock. It doesn't mean much. When a company downgrades itself, then it means much. All about perception, Stacy. Matt Maley says that to justify current valuations, earnings should exceed 14%. I don't know about 14, but he's not crazy. Eagle Beagle Robert, there we go, 200 thumbs up. All right, so let's now break everything down. Volatility's, look at this. We came right back down below 16. I told you that if we go below this level, things are looking good. Now the question is, are we going to bottom out at this level and start coming back up, or are we going to break 15? If we break 15, institutions are going to be doing broad market accumulation. If we break 15, the SPY will break the 50-day moving average and rally really, really hard. Or, semi-hard. It'll break this level. It needs to break this level right here. Okay? If volatility comes down. So keep an eye on 16.5, 18, and 15 today. And again, I don't like the fact that we have divergence between technology and the Dow. This is a very sloppy market. Look at what it equates to. Only 3 points on the S&P. So be cautious. And usually what happens as the day continues, one of these starts overwhelming the other one and it succumbs. I don't know what's going to succumb today because the Dow, I just don't know. But this creates a lot of uncertainty for us. Okay? All right, charts. S&P has to get above the 50-day moving average. If not, it's going to come all the way back down here. I'm encouraged by yesterday's data, but I'm discouraged by the fact that we can't break the 50-day moving average. RSP can't seem to break the 100-day moving average. It's got to break the 100-day moving average. It's having a very difficult time doing that. If the equal weight SPY can't break the 100-day moving average, and if the SPY can't break the 50-day moving average, we're going to come right back in and we're going to continue this downwards channel, as you could see right here. Right? Okay. QQQ. Don't look at micro 5-minute levels right now. Look at the big picture. Look at QQQ. See this level right here? It's got to break above this level. It's got to come to this side of the fence. See the trend line? It's got to come to this side of the fence. So you've got three things right now. You got a major resistance on the QQQ. You got a major resistance on the 50-day on the SPY right here. And RSP can't get above the 100-day moving average. That's a problem. And then you have the 50-day and the election VWAP right above it. And everybody who bought on the election rally is underwater right now on equal weighted SPY. Just FYI. MAGs, let's take a look. MAGs are looking good. MAGs has to break above this level. Let me draw a trend line here for you. Right here. It's got to break this level. It's got to break and hold. Not just break and hold, and then it's got to break this level. This will if it breaks this, you've got all the way till up here. but it still has to break this level to go higher. So we are all right now at a real crucial level. You could see that. Magnificent Seven got to break out here. SPY. Are you guys gaining some value out of this? Are you starting to get some directional bias and learning what you should be doing today? QQQ. There are levels here. And remember, you can always rewatch these videos. There are levels right here. Okay. What about the Dow? Let's look at the Dow. I'm not liking the Dow. The Dow has to break the 50-day moving average and the election VWAP, which are exactly at the same level. You have a lot of resistance above on blue chips right now, and you have some resistance on the QQQ. Hey, Karen, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Good. I'm hoping this will give you some clarity. Big problem. Remember, if we don't break these levels, we just come right back down into this channel. And by the way, I hate to tell you this, but this is Nasdaq 100 and this is Bitcoin. This is Nasdaq 100. This is Bitcoin. Do you guys see a huge difference between them? Nasdaq 100, Bitcoin. Hey, Charlie. Good. Nasdaq 100, Bitcoin. Did they look really different to you? Look at when they made the high. 1219, 1219. Roger, Bitcoin does its own thing. It doesn't have any correlation to the stock market. It's its own animal. Yeah. You keep telling yourself that. Here's Nasdaq. Here's Bitcoin. I mean, I mean, well, you can argue all you want, but I mean, you tell me. I mean, come on. Look, come on. Okay, so just want you guys to know. I told you guys this 2 years ago that here's what I told you, and I'm going to repeat for those of you who may not remember. In the 70s, in the early 70s, when commodities became big, they were trending assets. The more mature commodities and Forex got, the more they became counter-trending assets. When Bitcoin started trading, it was its own animal. It was a trending asset. The more mature Bitcoin becomes, the more it becomes a counter-trending asset. What is a counter-trending asset? The stock market. Now, I said exactly what I just said 2 years ago. Now, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Yes, Roger, I'm very diversified. I have Bitcoin and a bunch of tech stocks, but I'm diversified because Bitcoin and tech stocks don't have any correlation. Sure, you keep telling yourself that. I'll just keep looking at this picture. If you want to argue with yourself, go ahead. Rich said yesterday during work, I kept looking at find where money was moving out of, but everything was moving higher. Yep. Yeah, of course. No, I'm not saying they're not, Oliver. I'm just saying the more institutions put their money into Bitcoin, the more it'll look like the stock market. And as of right now, I would say it's looking identical to the stock market. Dave, that's because of leverage. You see, do you guys see what Dave just wrote right now? That how much you made or lost has nothing to do with correlation. It has everything to do with leverage. You see, Dave, here's the problem, Dave. Here's a fact for you, Dave. Here's a fact. If Bitcoin is a leveraged asset, the S&P 500 is not. If you would have traded a triple leveraged S&P 500, then you would have made 100%. So what you're saying is not really a fact because a Bitcoin is a leveraged asset. The S&P 500 is not. So please keep those facts to yourself, Dave, unless you know exactly what you're talking about. Don't confuse leverage and correlation. A lot of you confuse leverage and correlation. Leverage and correlation are about as related as the North Pole and Africa. So please, Dave, before you write things like facts in big letters, please make sure you know what you're talking about. Because what you're saying absolutely makes no sense. If you leverage the SPY enough, you could have made 100% on it too. Okay, let's not go there. Okay, let's continue. That's what I meant. It's part of the market at that point. Okay, Dave, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Leverage and correlation are two, and I'm not I like Dave. I'm just saying let's be factual here. Don't confuse leverage and correlation. They have nothing to do with one each other, okay? All right. So, just wanted to make sure you guys understand. It's not because he didn't make 100% on one and not on the other because they didn't move the same way, because they have very different leverage. Remember Kathy Woods when she was a hero, triple leverage Nasdaq? She was outperforming everything she was making 150% while everybody was making 60%. Leverage, not correlation. Apples and oranges. Just want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay? All right. So so you guys understand where we're at right now. We're at a very crucial level right now. Roger, well, how do I know today if things are moving in my favor or not? I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to keep an eye on the bond market. If the bond market starts breaking, remember the correlation between TLT and stocks now is about 0.73. If you see the bond market breaking out hard, you're going to see a breakout on the broad market. What's the other thing we should look at today? You should look at to see which one of these starts dominating the other. One of these, either the blue chips or Nasdaq, is going to start dominating after the first hour and a half today. Usually wherever the market bias goes, that's when it goes. So my suggestion would be to look at TLT today to see if we start backing away hard, to look at volatility to see if we break 1580 or go above 1650. And again, keep something in mind. We don't have a lot of directional bias today. And we had a very strong day yesterday in the market. Look at the SPY. Look at the SPY. We gapped up and now we gapped up. Look at yesterday. Here, this is yesterday. We went from here up to here on bank earnings. That's a big move. Don't be surprised if we just consolidate today. And why would we consolidate today? Because they're offsetting each other. Hopefully this is helping you. Okay, what about sectors? How are sectors looking right now? Let's take a look. Let me make this smaller again. I make it bigger so you guys can, easy for you guys to see it. Okay. How are sectors looking right now? Well, yesterday they were starting to come together and we had a pretty good move up. And what about now? Well, consumer discretionary is up here. Bitcoin is up here. Is there any other technology next to this? No. Where's the rest of technology? Tech, communication, semiconductors. Look at retail. Retail is down here and home builders is up here. And by the way, retail is taking under the chin. Consumer staples and retail, very, very weak. So to me, it still looks like technology is down here. And there's a fight between interest rates and blue chips right now. There's a fight between them, but technology is still down here. And remember something. Earnings right now, aside from Taiwan Semiconductor, which is semiconductors, and semiconductors they tend to be a little more in their own little world. We're still seeing downside on technology. And if technology can't break through, it's going to be a really big pickle. Also, financial stocks are still up here. They're not all the way up here. So you have a pretty mixed, you got a pretty mixed lot right here. There's still a lot of consolidation, but technology is still not outperforming. Look, technology, communications, semiconductors, QQQ, Dow Jones, mid caps, and Russell is down. And look at Russell and mid cap. So I would say blue chips, earnings, financials, not technology, is leading right now. All right. Okay. So just want to make sure you guys understand. And you don't have a lot of firepower right now. 96 stocks making 90-day highs and 43 stocks making 90-day lows. So a lot of people are looking for a big move today. What we may get is just a very little move. Eagle says, without your breakdown this morning, would have been lost. In fact, last 4 weeks has been very difficult for retail. It's been the last 4 weeks has been the hardest period in the last year. Why, Roger? Let me show you why. Look, you could see it with your own eyes. Look at the trading action here and look at trading action here. Look at the trading act. Look how smooth these trends are. Look at this. Look at even here, we had a pretty smooth downtrend. Look at this. 2 days down, 2 days up. This is income, and very short-term trade time. Day trading, strangles, straddles, credit spreads. This is time to be a little creative right now, or not trading. I've been doing everything possible, including giving you guys less trades just to keep you out of trouble here. Roger, why are you giving less trades? Because it's virtually impossible to make money directionally in this type of market environment. And if you don't believe me, just look at your account in the last 4 weeks and you'll all agree with me. Yeah, the chart, frustration. Look at this. So we got to be careful. But if we break out right here, if we have a nice breakout right here, we can really go up. But this has been shit. Excuse me, but it's been crap. All right, let me give you my stocks for today, and I'm going to head to work, okay? Yeah, not trading is okay, guys. Not trading is okay. 609 on the S&P. 609, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Roddy. I appreciate it. Roddy, I haven't heard much from you lately. I'm telling you guys, you don't always have to trade. You don't always have to sit in front of a computer. You don't. Sometimes not trading is a position, okay? Yep. Yep, Rice, it has. Again, I'm not looking at the futures. I'm looking at cash. Karen says I've been day trading for the indexes for the last month. Good for you. That's good. That's good. Nike. And you guys know in the pit, we started doing we're demoing some trades right now for S&P day trading. We're doing two types, scalps and reversion. If you see a scalp, it means it's a very, very short-term trade. If you see a reversion, that means you could lose quite a bit, but we're picking tops and bottoms. We're doing two to see which ones we like better before the launch. So far, every scalp trade we've done has made money, and the other ones have not been doing nearly as well. I'm just giving you heads up. So Nike's looking really good. ABT. That's why we test before we launch anything. You got to wait for Abbott to trade below the 200. Nothing right now. And it's very choppy. I'm just giving you as a heads up. I know why I'm giving it to you, because Lamb Weston is also doing the same thing. And it's a little bit below. But those two stocks are very choppy, but I do like them. But they're choppy, which means if you hear me say the word choppy, that means you need to buy more time with your option, okay? Working well, Zoe. Good. GIS at Lamb Weston, GIS. Look at all the consumer staples. This is a better one. I like how it's breaking down. Real nice looking stock. SJM, Smuckers. Now, folks, you don't need to sell all of them. Just pick one. But I'm giving you options here. This one looks really good. Conagra Brands. Nice smooth chart. Not a lot of wicks. And also Dollar General. I still like Dollar General for a short. Look at this trend, right? BIIB. Oh, I would go from 3 weeks to 5 weeks, Bob. Add a couple of weeks. So usually my time is from 3 weeks to 5 weeks. So if it's a really good trade like this, 3 weeks. If it's a bad trend, 5 weeks. Because look at how well this trends. I mean, this is a beautiful trend. Think about this. Let's say you're wrong when you short this stock. How much does it go against you? It's pretty flat, right? It doesn't have a lot of this. This is a perfect chart. See, guys, if you hang out with me for a while, you will start seeing bad charts and good charts. And when you start understanding the difference between them, your trade results will dramatically go up. Dramatically go up. Dramatically go up. Wingstop and Holex. I was looking at this yesterday. I almost shorted this yesterday, but I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. But it should have. That's the short side. Let me give you the long side. I'm going to give you some potential A-lines, some potentials, okay? And don't forget, I have an A-line class today at 1 o'clock. I like this for an A-line, potentially, Visa, for all the right reasons. And I like Google potentially for an A-line. Yep, Dave. Just time decay on the grinders. Yeah, because you have more time decay. So my time frame usually from 3 to 5 weeks. So if it's a great stock, I'll go more towards three. If it's then I'll go more towards five. Now this stock is not ready, and I really don't love it, but it's got a nice, it's got that it's got that trend line here. Oh God, I can't draw today to save my life. Anyway, you see the triangle right here. Oh God, here we go. You could see the descending triangle here, but if it breaks this right here, really breaks, I would say about 199, I probably want to buy Google. I don't like the fact that Google is down 1% today. That's not good. Learn, it looks good. Somebody was asking me about this stock yesterday, by the way. Look at that. We got 555 people here. Look how smooth this stock is. Learn. Nice breakout here. Roblox. I still like Roblox. Needs to cool off a little bit. Really hot stock. Hot stock. Red hot. This stock here. I gave you this stock for free yesterday, a few days ago. Still like it. Rich says, if you can afford to buy 90-day out on a trade, you can expect to hold for longer term. You can hold for almost a month and have little time. Yep. Not the worst idea. Not the worst idea. I've never, ever met anybody who regretted buying more time. But I've read many people, many people who regretted buying too little time. Nice breakout. Be careful with this. It's a little too above the 8-day here. But my job here is to show you good stocks. This is also an utility stock. These are two utility stocks. Nice trend. MXL. A lot of people are always looking for some secrets, some formulas. Choppy. So this I would give more time. Not a bad stock. I mean, look at the trend, just choppy. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're getting yourself into. Are you getting yourself into a stock like this? Because remember, if a stock is choppy, it's going to go down for 3 days, then it's going to go up for 3 days versus these stocks that just keep moving in the same direction. So you got to buy a little more time. Right here. Palantir. I'll take a look at Palantir. Palantir needs to break 75.80. 75. It has to get way above this level right here. And then above 80. It's got to break up. I like what it's been doing for the last 3-4 days, but it needs to break up a little higher. It needs a little more time, but I like what I'm seeing so far. And it's up 134 this morning. Let me continue. BSX. I'm almost done. I got to get to work, but I'm almost done. A little sloppy up here. I would wait. I wouldn't do anything right now. A little sloppy, but I like the stock. And you will find out more often than not, if I like a stock, those stocks keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's a beauty right here. Verona. Volume is starting to pick up too, by the way. Chewy I like. Is there a different approach to entering a choppy stock? Yes, Jeff, you have to be more careful on your timing and use more intraday data versus just going in, and you have to buy more time. A lot of people don't do that. You can always offset that time. You can always sell it, you know. JP Morgan I like, although I would be very careful with them right now, but I do like it. Now, I don't like the fact that the stock is down 1% this morning, but I do like this stock. And I have one more, last one. Cyber. I would wait, but I like how it broke out of this compression. I think you can get it right here at the 8-day. All right, so just to solidify everything, if we look at TLT didn't do anything this morning. It huffed, it puffed, and it went back down. The stock market didn't do anything this morning, and it's right at the 50-day EMA. Look at that. And it keeps bouncing off of this level. QQQ, not doing anything. Semiconductors are. They're up 2.2%. They're almost back at this candle where there's a strong resistance at 263.57. Be careful today, folks. Be careful. We had a really strong day yesterday. Be careful. Let me give you a few links. We're trying to go for my 25th winner in a row on A-line right now. I'll give you a top A-line stock at 1 p.m. today. I'll be in my VIP room at noon as usual. And here is the link for Customer Service Live. Don't forget the Cam and Gustavo show, the most important secret we have here at the pub. And let me give you, thank you, Cam, for posting that link to the YouTube channel. Let me give you guys that too. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer, you can feel free to email me at roger@rogerscott.com. One last thing, a lot of folks are asking me if I think the inauguration is going to be a catalyst. There's really nothing that happens on the inauguration that we don't know. There's no price discovery. You have to days that are important is days when you have price discovery. November, this date was very important right here when Trump won. But we already know that. It's already priced in. So unless there's some news discovery on Inauguration Day, and I don't really see it, I don't think there's going to be anything new. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you all for watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm available. I'm not going to be too busy today. rogerscott.com. I'll see you later. Bye. Stay